Ashe. Hello, my friends. Greetings. My name is Clark, and I'm back with you today. And what I'm going to do today, I'm going to put together a little something I call the Boozadelic Chronicles. And it's just some thoughts I have going on right now as we're trying to find our way through this pandemic. We're finding ourselves with a lot of time on our hands. Our children are bored. We as adults are bored. So with the school being out probably for the rest of the year and who knows beyond that, and I know most of the districts are now getting into the internet virtual classrooms and stuff, but the kids are still going to have a lot of time on their hands. So this is the perfect opportunity where we can actually sit down with our kids, we can actually learn something ourselves as well as teach them about themselves. And the reason I think that this is so important is because if you take a look at the educational system, how much has it taught us about real African culture? How much has it taught us about the contributions that the Africans made in this country, the United States of America? Not much, which many of us seem to think that, our existence began during slavery, and then, we were freed, went through the Jim Crow era, fought through civil rights. If our kids are able to tell you how many triple doubles, how many dunks LeBron James had, how many rushing yards and touchdown passes that Lamar Jackson has, recite every word to a Drake or a Lil Baby song, do every step of a Beyonce dance, inspires them to pursue greatness in those areas. And these kids can recite every word that Drake says in his rap songs. Lil Baby, girls get up there, they do all the Beyonce dances, and that's because that's what they see, and that's how they think that they need to be, or that's what they think that they need to do to be successful. What if these same children learned about the great kings and queens that existed prior to slavery? You think about that. Look at the pyramid builders. If you look at those pyramids, Khufu in Egypt, Kemet, very important that we refer to these places. And I think it's very important that our children are aware of this as well as us. So what I want you to do right now, without referring to Google, is in the comments section, go ahead and put down, list the famous Africans that you know of that existed prior to slavery. You would be surprised. I want to tell you about one brother that was so wealthy, probably the wealthiest man that's ever lived on this planet Earth. A brother by the name of Mansa Musa, the great emperor of Mali. Now, legend has it that back in 1500 BC, that this brother made a trip over to what they now call Cairo in Egypt, or Kemet. And he took so much gold with him that his gold alone single-handedly lowered the value of gold as a currency in Cairo, and it took 12 years to recover. That's how much wealth this brother had. Okay, do you know about the pyramid builders, Hatshepsut? Do you realize that women were actually the leaders of these dynasties, and in order to become a king, you had to marry into it? It wasn't just a thing. The women were respected, and you better not ever disrespect your mother. Okay, that is who we are. That's our original culture. So do yourselves a favor, folks. Take the time, sit down with your youth, and get inside their minds. These kids are talented, they're smart, they retain anything, they soak it up. How do you think that these kids can recite every single lyric of a rap song by Drake or Lil Wayne, the Baby, or everything? How do you think that these kids can read off the stat lines and tell you how many triple doubles LeBron James had or averaged over the last 3 years? How many touchdowns Lamar Jackson had? Who was the best candidate to be NFL Player of the Year? Because that's what they see as success, and that's what they measure themselves by. Just think, if they measure themselves by the great ancestral contributions that our people have made over the years. So that's all I wanted to say. Stay safe, my friends. Boozadelic.